Good morning, traders and investors around the world, and welcome to Monday morning's edition of premarketinfo.com, where we prepare you for the most important hour of the day, the first hour. Well, good morning, Dennis. Seems like you got a little bit of sell-off going from yesterday or Friday's close going this morning.
Yeah, a little bit coming down here. Obviously, we had, a big week for a lot of stocks here, and I think they're giving a little bit back, probably led by the charge by some of these European banks here, Joel. So maybe a little bit too much, too quick, and obviously we're going to pull back a bit here this morning.
Just to give a little bit longer term perspective, I know we talk about daily highs and lows and, double tops and triple bombs and all those fun things, but I just think every once in a while you got to look at this market from a little bit of a longer term perspective. I think we've just had a monster rally here, of course, during earnings season and, this everything that's going on with the European banks. But what do you think about our long-term investors, Dennis, that have been in the market for a long time? Hasn't this rally just been a gift, to be able to lighten up some positions or hedge some stocks? I mean, what's going to be the impetus for us to go back up to the mid-1300s?
That's the whole thing here, Joel. It depends on your time horizon. It depends on so many individual things here. But, we've had such a run here just looking, we were 1074 at the beginning of this month. We're at 1285. It's been a heck of a move. You've got to think eventually there's going to be some profit taking here. The only thing that I think he's pushing a little higher is he got everybody trying to short this rally. And until we finally see those CNBC people coming on there and saying, look, you've got to buy the stocks, that's when we know the top is in. But I was looking on Friday, there's still people saying, oh, you got to short this rally. They're going to be right for a day maybe here, but it's hard. There's a lot of people that were caught short, and I think that's what's pushed us higher. Long term, man, tempting. If you were underwater here, you really are given a gift. So, I think if you were holding on to some investments, in the 1300 area, you took a lot of heat. Maybe it's an idea to lighten the load when you've got a rally like this, though.
Yeah, our folks can always consult their brokers. They make them broker and broker. Okay, moving on to the Big Ten, opened up just right at settlement, sold off pretty hard. Took out Friday's low with no problem there at 1272.75. So we need to get back above that 1273 area in order to make a test for the Globex high. As things stand right now with this 1280.75 top that was put in right at the open, we have a downside target of 1251.75. There is Thursday's intraday low at 1260.75 that could provide some temporary support. But we're looking way down at Thursday's Globex low at 1237.50 is an excellent number on the downside. Apple Computer, if the market's going to make another run here, Dennis, I don't know if it's going to come from Apple Computer. It's been, pretty muted after the earnings, the sell-off to the low 390s, and now we're just hovering around 400. Keep an eye on Friday's high, 406.35, and as well as Friday's low. Tight range in that stock, $4. So, just could wait to play it either way, above 406 or below 402, where we're currently trading.
Yeah, you're exactly right here, Joel. What a tight range on that on Friday. It's been a long time. I can't remember the last time we had a 4-point range on Apple. But yeah, I think below 400, I still like the 400 as a nice swing number. It's psychological. It's been played pretty well as a swing number over the last few sessions. So it's really hard to say which way it's going to go. I think you give them a good number on the upside. I like the 400 number better than the 402 on the downside, but, wait for it to break either way. It's kind of could run either way. I agree. I don't know if the next move is going to come from Apple or not, just because the activity's been so muted in it.
Okay, ExxonMobil did the old Thursday and Friday high within 20 cents of each other. We're now trading well below the close at 81.48, so that should be your stopping point. If not, anywhere up near the 82 level should be a nice place to exit some longs or try some shorts. Coming back on the downside, we're still trading above Friday's low and Thursday's low as well, and that was also an area of a couple double tops. So 80.50 should be a great swing number for that ExxonMobil.
Yeah, ExxonMobil here. Same thing. It kind of was quiet. Even after earnings there last week, there really wasn't that much of a significant move there. I like the $80 still a psychological support. We're trading 80.78 right now, a little ways from there. So you might see that as one of your first stopping points here today. Obviously, like you were pointing out, those couple tops there, even yesterday's, our Friday's high at 81.99 should provide some resistance.
Okay, IBM just worked its way back up to the area right before the earnings came out. It filled the gap by gapping up. That 188.07 was the Friday and weekly high. Trading a couple bucks away from there, so let's use that close. If we get anywhere near that 187.45, might be an area to exit some longs, get the IBM off the books. Coming back on the downside, I have 185.28 when it was Friday's low, but I'd use that to cover a short. I don't know if I'd use that to cover, to go long. 183.18, the 2-day low, should be better support in IBM today.
Stock has been relatively strong, though, gearing up where you almost think eventually could make a run at that old 52-week all-time high, 190.53. Call it a $1.90. I think you'll get major resistance up there. Obviously, we're down today, so I don't know if that comes into play today, but we have a lot of longer-term listeners there, too. So for you swing traders out there, if you were to get a rally here, $4 or $5, that 190 might provide a nice opportunity to try a short. I agree. I don't know if I'd be buying that thing at 185, Joel. I think, it's had a pretty good move here, but I don't know how much support's at 185.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a couple of weeks, though. But I will take, the all-time high was 190.53, and they closed there that day, too. I would be willing to take 181 versus 191 in that stock.
I'll do it. I think it makes the new all-time high here eventually.
Oh, okay.
I think it makes the new all-time high by a few ticks, shakes everybody out, and then it goes down from there. That's what these things like to do.
Rally. All right, we got another
not today. It ain't going to happen today, I don't think. But if you're going, obviously, 181 to 191, that's right in the middle. I'll do it. Let's do it. We got a bet, Joel.
I hope our listeners are keeping, pretty soon you're going to have to bring in like a case of pop here to get even.
Come on, Joel. I got that. I got the Netflix you won by $1 on me, so I don't even know if that one should count.
Okay. Okay.
Anyways, let's move on.
Let's move on with Mr. Softy. The stock will never trade above 27.5, Dennis. That's it. I'm making my stand here. Got up in that area again on Friday. It just doesn't want to go. Actually, couldn't even get up there on Friday. Got to 27.19. We're currently trading at 26.83, just hovering above Friday's low, and you also got Thursday's low in that area. But once again, area to cover some shorts. I don't know if I'd go long. I'd really look for the Wednesday, which was a weekly low at 26.10, is a better number on the downside.
Yeah, 27.40 holds there again, got up to 27.19, but if you've been selling this thing in the low 27s, you've made money a lot of times in the last month, the 27, especially if you're selling the 27.30s, because almost every day you can cover for 40 or 50 cents if it gets up there to that area. So good for you if you keep playing off that level. Keep playing till it doesn't work. It takes out the 27.5. I would get out of those shorts, but until it does do that, that's still the area to sell.
Okay, Chevron, we've been talking about this stock for a while, bumped up against that 110 again. That just seems to be a place where a big institution is getting out. Coming back on the downside, we have Friday's low and Thursday's low within a 40-cent range. So once again, that mid 107s would be a good place to cover a short. I don't know if I'd be going long.
I'll limit my comments on Chevron. You can guess that I've got a position on that because I talked about it all last week. If it got up to that area, I'd like to be short.
Hey, you're following your plan, Dennis. That's what it's all about.
We're trying to follow the plan. We'll see how well it works, but I'll limit my comments on it.
Okay, J&J just been creeping up as well. Thursday and Friday's high, right up there in the mid 65s. Probably stepping ahead of that seller at 66. It's just going up. It's just not gapping up. It looks like it's going to have trouble getting up above the close today. So that 65.60 to 85 level, huge resistance. Coming back on the downside, mild support at Friday's low, 65.01. We're almost there. But Thursday's low should be better support at 64.71. And eventually this thing's going to break down and test that weekly low at 63.56.
Same game plan as Friday. This thing gets up in the 80s or 90s, 65, 80s, and 90s. You have sellers all over the place. Huge size at 66. The high frequency guys will be in the 90s. Your swing traders will be selling in the 70s and 80s. So it rallies up to that area. That's the area you probably want to try to short. Above 66, all bets are off.
Okay, Procter Gamble, just struggling here up in the high 65s, closed at 64.73. Dennis, this whole 64 to 64.20 area, Friday's low at 64.32. I mean, it's just it's been holding there for weeks. So I think once we break down on the 64 level, we'll get down easily to test the October 5th and 6th low at 62, 63, and 69. Coming back on the upside, let's use the close as good resistance.
I like 65 too. Is the high sit with 65.03 for Friday? I see a little bit of size 65, so I think selling 64.90s may not be that bad of a play. Above 65, then you might think about covering it. On the downside, yeah, it starts breaking through that 64, and then it starts to look like it opens up a bit.
Okay, AT&T, that made a new high on Friday, $29.80, getting close to that key $30 resistance. Seems to be getting a little bit tied up here. Let's use the close and the weekly highs, good resistance. Coming back on the downside, I see that $29.31 was Friday's low. It's decent support there. I'd really like the Thursday low at $29.05, and below that things open up until the mid 28s.
I'll limit my comments on AT&T. I got a position on that one too, Joe.
Okay. Generous Electric spending some time above $17 here, folks. For all you swing traders that bought it at 15, don't let it get away from you if it does take out 17. 17.11 was Friday's low. We're currently trading there. Got a little gap to fill down at the 1781 to 16 or 1681 to 1650 level. Of course, getting up anywhere near the close or Friday's high will be excellent resistance.
Yeah, we talked about that 17 breaking out over there, and it was old resistance, so it might give you some support there. Again, didn't quite get there Friday, 17.11, but I'd expect if we got down there $17 area, you might see some buyers.
Okay, Coca-Cola spent a little time over 69 on Thursday. Couldn't quite get there on Friday. Did settle right near the high, so that 69 area is be looming as major resistance. Coming back on the downside, we're 11 cents away from Friday's low, 68.39, mild support. I like that 68.10 level a little bit better though, Thursday's low.
The 69 level you gave is a real good number. There's some size there backing up too, so expect resistance all the way from all in the 68.90s. We got a close up there. We got some size 69. The high was 68.98. So in the high 68s, you're going to see some resistance.
Okay, folks, that's a wrap of the Big Ten and the SPUs. Still holding that 12.66 and a quarter low. Really don't have anything to substantiate it stopping there, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be the low of the day. Rally up to Friday's low, the 12.72.75 to 73.5 area is going to be good resistance. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors, and post our market movers. We'll be right back with you.